Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another Total War Warhammer video. Today we're at the last of our showcases for SFO Grimhammer's newest patch, the Sundering, where we're going to have a more detailed look into the changes coming to Morathi. As you guys are aware, Morathi is a legendary lord that was introduced in the base game of Warhammer 2. Because of that, she really has nothing too unique about her in terms of mechanics, playstyle and so on, barring the usual chaos corruption, which does more harm than good. The SFO Grimhammer patch, however, changes her up to be more in line with her 6th edition army style, that of a chaos cultist more than anything. So let's not waste any more time and check her out. Morathi will now have access to a new resource known as Profane Hedonists, and this one works rather differently when compared to all the others so far. You can acquire this resource by raising settlements and also spreading chaos corruption. The higher the concentration of chaos corruption around regions, the more likely the chance that you will get more of this resource. The resource itself is used on events, character skills and technologies. Now, what makes this resource so unique when compared to all the others added in for the High Elves and the Dark Elves? Well, simply put, if you don't manage your expenditure correctly, you can actually go into the negative with this resource, where doing so will provide some debuffs to your faction, -10 leadership faction-wide to be in fact. This is in place to give you incentive to move around and spread chaos corruption as quickly as possible, and can be punishing if you're not managing this correctly and end up fighting many forces with fear and terror causing units. The lizard men who are very close to you are the perfect example of this. The resource itself can be used to unlock a wide variety of different resources. Keep in mind that they are rather expensive, and to unlock them you will need to build up certain buildings. These technologies themselves are multi-purpose. Not only do they focus around giving some buffs towards your factions, for example extra hero capacity, weapon strength and some stuff revolving around your campaign, but as you may have noticed, there's also a heavy emphasis providing buffs to a unit known as Pleasure Cultists. Pleasure Cultists are one of 2 exclusively available units for Morathi's faction. Now what you will notice here is that their stats aren't really very good. They are available to you very early into your campaign. The stats of course do reflect that, but as you start upgrading them more and more through your unique technology, they'll become far more powerful. This is a rather interesting unit as it is designed not to be there for just the beginning of your campaign, but rather last throughout your whole campaign, from early game all the way until its end. The Pleasure Cultists themselves can also be upgraded with a few different types of unit upgrades. These are also the only units in Morathi's faction which will be able to upgrade themselves. The upgrades are quite powerful, but they will require quite a bit of your resources, so it will take a while before you will be able to actually get them. These upgrades themselves are meant for more mid to late game, as you're already starting to push out into different continents. Your second unique unit is that of the Demonets of Slaanesh, a popular mod by Balint and Chaos Robbie which was ported over into SFO Grimhammer. These are your infantry destroyers, fast moving and attacking, armor piercing and unbreakable. They are a top tier unit for the Morathi campaign in SFO Grimhammer, and once again reinforces the changes for Morathi's campaign, more focused around earlier lore rather than that of 8th edition. Both units can be found in a unique building tree known as the Cult of Pleasure. This is something that you'll be using throughout your whole campaign, as it is one of your most needed buildings. As you can see, there are 5 different tiers, and they get more and more powerful as you progress. This is one of your main sources for public order, and also chaos corruption, but will also focus around increasing your capacity and recruitment rank for death hags. The Cult of Pleasure itself will also act as a defensive building, providing some witch elf garrisons, and increase the attrition that enemies will take through chaos corruption. This building can be constructed in both minor and major settlements, so if you want to work around and start buffing up specific things, well, this works out very well for you. As of course, if you're playing with unit capacity, this will be the main way that you can unlock more Demonets of Slaanesh. Quickly moving back to the research section, you also have 3 specific technologies which are centered around the capturing of 3 different locations. These are very powerful and should give you incentive to move about. Think of it as a campaign goal without forcing it to be a campaign goal. Morathi herself will see some changes towards her unique skills, including the addition of some faction-wide perks towards pleasure cultists, making them even deadlier than they were before. Her skills now make her a lot more powerful in-game, not only that, but her own faction too. This is intentional due to her status in lore as a character. She is supposed to be very powerful and now is reflected as such. At random intervals throughout your campaign, you will be met with a few different types of dilemmas. These will offer a wide variety of different buffs, and it's not just the one on screen that you'll see right now. Following a more random nature, you can't really plan out when these will actually appear, but the reason why this is being highlighted is that you'll need to notice that each of these dilemma options will cost you profane hedonists. As I had explained earlier on in the video, this is your unique resource which can go below 0, so keep in mind that this event will pop up every now and then, or else if you do not plan ahead, you will go below 0 and start suffering the negatives. It's not that difficult as soon as you start moving around with your faction and start corrupting more and more regions, but early on this can catch you off guard. And finally, the Supreme Sorceresses. They have seen the introduction of a number of unique skills only available to them in Morathi's faction. This is once again focusing around Morathi's lore, a heavy spellcaster-based faction with little melee barring those servants of Slaanesh. The buffs themselves are quite powerful and get stronger and stronger as you level up, including some rather powerful faction-wide bonuses, but keep in mind that the second section of unique skills will cost profane hedonists per turn. This is another way that you can find yourselves going into the red if you don't plan ahead and find a steady source of resource gain. As you can see, Morathi's faction has seen some changes which will make her drastically stand out apart from the other Dark Elf factions. What do you think about these changes? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a bit of a discussion. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel has been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very soon. Have a good day.